What's up, guys? It's your girl, Angel Marie from All the Above, and I am joined here today by rock soul artist Xavier Redd. How are you?
Thank you so much. I'm great. I'm glad to be here, and thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here.
For
Obviously,
sure.
if you guys are familiar with the show, we pre-record, so you actually came in the middle of a rainstorm.
Right, like a total monsoon.
Yeah, literally a monsoon, like
Right.
flood warnings and everything.
Exactly.
So shout outs to you
Well,
for coming to hang out with us and chat for a little bit.
I wouldn't miss it for the world.
See, that's why we like you. That's why we like you. So how was your weekend?
It was good. It was eventful. I had a couple events to go to, Father's Day celebrations. I'm not a dad, but, I know a lot of dads. So, we had a little cookouts and whatnot, rehearsal for a couple of shows I got going on next weekend. So, yeah, it's packed and busy and booked.
I'm gonna say you real booked and busy.
Yeah.
I mean, at least you went to the cookout. We can't pass up free food, right?
You can't pass up.
Yeah,
Not
there
at
you
all.
go.
You can't pass it up.
You got to nourish yourself for the performances that's coming up,
Exactly.
right? There you go.
Energize the body.
So you ready to get into this interview?
Yes, ma'am.
So first and foremost, what inspired you to pursue a career in music?
Okay. So that comes from, I guess, both sides of my parental lineage. My mom was a songwriter for Philly International, worked very close with Kenny Gamble, Leon Huff, Bunny Sigler, people like that. So she had a nice long run as a songwriter. She has a lot of hits out there. She had a Billboard Top 100 with Jermaine Stewart.
Yes.
And that really inspired my love for music. My mom is she got a nice plethora for music. Like, she listens to the Beatles and the Rolling Stones and, all the old 70s doo-wop groups. And then and she's a big fan of 50 Cent. Like, my mom,
that came out of left field. You talk about the
is.
Beatles and went to 50 Cent.
My mom's 73 and would marry 50 today if she could. So, and then my dad, not much of a relationship there, but DNA wise, I picked up a lot from him. He was a singer in the group called Blue Magic, him and my uncle, Wendell and Vernon Sawyer. It's in my blood. It's in my blood. I don't think I had a choice for real, when I'm thinking about it. It's like, everybody around me, my uncles too, DJs, singers, everywhere in my family.
Wow.
There's like music when you turn somewhere. So it was like, it was destined. It was destined. And I just fell right into it and fell right in love with it.
You know how many side eyes you would have got if you said you want to be a carpenter? I'm like, boy, go get in the studio. Stop playing.
Exactly. Exactly. Lord.
So as a music artist, how would you define your sound? What do you believe makes you unique and stand out amongst the crowd? The fact that you literally are well cultured in music.
Yeah.
How would you define your sound?
Oh, man. So one thing that I love to do is I love to bend and blend genres. So I would have to describe my sound kind of like a grungy bayou rock, but with lyricism that's more relatable to people that grew up in, say, like the 215 or, other larger urban areas where our community has a culture.
Yes.
Yeah.
So extending on to that, what kind of message do you like to relate through your music? What do you hope your audience gets out of it when they hear Xavier Redd songs? You said that you like to relate to the 215.
Yeah.
So elaborate on that a little bit more.
So the relative relation to what I would like to be able to deliver in my music for people to pick up is like seeing that. It's hard to put into words sometimes. That's why I write songs. But it's like I want them to see that there's a different timbre, a different sound to the same energy, the same stories. Mm-hmm. I also do try to put a lot less violence in my music. I don't try to, put a lot of gunplay and, too much of that. There are some songs where, you got to talk like that because it's what the song is asking for. It's what you feel. It's part of, what we grow up around too. But I'm really trying to put forth a positive message. Make sure that, my song, Try Jesus, people will be like, oh, it's a Christian song. It's like, no, I'm saying, you better try Jesus. Don't try me. I'm not one to try. And it's like kind of like an anti-ICE song in a sense, because a lot of that was going on in our community at the time. We're seeing a lot of it happen. And so I do a lot of fight for your rights music,
Okay,
take it back to, like that.
Period.
Yes.
I like that.
Thank you so much.
So how would you say your music has evolved since you first started? Has it always been a conscious type of music?
Yes and no. Yes and no.
A little bit.
When I started off, I was 18. Swore I was going to be like the next Chris Brown, next Trey Songz, Lloyd. These were my inspirations. Justin Timberlake, Michael Jackson, and pulling from spaces like that in my music, it was more R&B, more sweet. I was writing songs that I thought people would like to hear. After a while, I changed my name. So I used to go as True Vocals. That was my stage moniker beforehand. And it was because when I was recording myself, I didn't know how to use auto-tune. So all my vocals were actually raw, true vocals
As
from me.
it
So
should
I was
be.
like,
shout outs to you.
thank you. I have used pitch correction since then. So, things change and stuff, music technology crazy right now too. But after I changed my name to reflect a more mature version of myself, a more grown up, less people-pleasing version of myself, because I'm making music for people at the time.
Yep.
When I kind of came into my Xavier Redd full-on "This Is Me," I was like, okay, still R&B, rappy, poppy, kind of like a mixture of a lot of different stuff, but it was more authentic. It was more me. I was talking like I wanted to talk. I was singing like I wanted to sing. I'm very dramatic with my vocals. I like to be crazy. I'm a proverbial rock star, like seriously. So it's like I was really showing that, but it wasn't all the way, translating in my music. It was like, I hear it, but I don't feel it all the way. So I grew up listening to a lot of rock music on my own because my mom was not letting me listen to rap music in the house. So all the homies
Miss 50 Cent?
Yeah, Miss 50 Cent. While people was, Pac and Biggie and Jay-Z and Wayne and all this, I'm Edema, Incubus, Johnny Lang, Three Doors Down. I'm listening to all of this. So, I really had a home stance in understanding the genre.
Yep.
But doing research, I found out that genre belongs to us. Period. And it has belonged to us from day one, and it was robbed from us like so many other things. And I am a very politically charged person. I'm indigenous to the land here.
Yep.
I know that. I know my history. I know the history beyond what they tell us and things like that. So I always reflect that in what I'm talking about. So when I got to this rock stage, it was like, I relate to it already. I can sing you every Linkin Park song they ever recorded. But seeing as what we're going through in 2026 and how I decided to design my music along with the lyricism behind the sound, I was like, this is my home. Yep. And I'm gonna make it my home. And I've received way more acclaim since transitioning into this genre than I thought I would have from people who are in the city here. I'm thinking, I'm about to do rock music. These cats ain't gonna like this. They're not gonna understand me like that. They love it. They love it. And I'm like seeing more Black rock artists pop up in mainstream now too. The Paradox being one of them, who also have the same mindset of putting the music back in the hands of the originators. I'm like, I like y'all, Gary Clark. There's a lot of people out here now that are starting to pop up. Even T.I.'s eldest son, I think he goes by the name Buddy Redd.
Yeah.
So
people think you're cousins.
Right. That's what I'm saying. We might be somewhere down the line. Who knows? But it's like that's the space that I wanted to be in. I was like, I feel comfortable here, and I feel like I can talk my ish. I can, really spin myself the way I want to and be just as dramatic and in your face and kick in the door and talk all the crap that I want to. That's where I was like feeling like I needed to be at.
So we have to get into your song.
Yeah.
Can you please tell us about I Fell in Love with a Monster featuring Xavier Bando?
Yeah. Shout out to my label, Silent Success Entertainment. That's my label. I started off on True Talent Entertainment. That was one that I built myself. I garnered the attention of Rufus Black, who is a well-renowned songwriter, rap artist, singer in the industry, and he loved what I had to do. Nice. We connected. He put me in touch with Xavier Bando, which is his leading artist for SSE. We just vibed. There was a vibe, and I was in process of working on this album. I produced most of the songs on the album. So when I fell in love with a monster, I'm like, I love this groove, and I get to this space, and I'm like, I need a rapper here. Mm-hmm. So I was like, well, what type of rap style do I want in this space? And I was like, I need some of that gritty, almost New York vibe right here, but I needed to be in tune lyrically with what I'm talking about. So I contacted Xavier Bando, and Zay was like, yo, I love it. I want to do something to it right away. He sent me his verse back in 2 days. And I fell in love with that verse too. I was like, wow, you speaking to the track so well. And it was like this just groovy, funky, it's like still the other side of me. You know what I'm saying? So it's not so much of the Bayou blues rock in that space. It's a little bit more of that rock funk soul. So I'm like, cool, I can play in these spaces too, show y'all my vocality, and like, you know, being able to sing in different levels. Cause like throughout a lot of the album, I am singing in my alto range. I am really pushing those dramatic, screechy vocals to really like, you know, give you some like feeling to it. But I wanted to show you like, yeah, I can do some R&B type stuff too, get you in a real nice groove. And I made the entire instrumental myself. So I was like, you know, why not? And it just turned into something huge. Everybody loves the song that's heard it. It's like, every time I'm asking somebody, yo, what's your favorite song on the album? They're like, yo, I fell in love with a monster. That thing's crazy, bro. Like, I love that song. So yeah, that's really how that popped up.